Do you ever get stuck in traffic and wish that your car could just fly? In 2022, Canadians in some cities spent an average of 8 full days in rush hour traffic. And that wasn't even that bad globally. So some companies think they found the solution: flying taxis. They're basically drones, i.e. electric and can take off or land vertically, but also larger and with space for 5 or so people. And they're not that far away. Regulators are slowly handing out certifications for flight testing, and one company even hopes to carry passengers at the Olympics this year. The loudest supporters claim that flying taxis will free us from the limits of 2 dimensions, getting rid of traffic forever.
But will they actually? My name is Hudson, I make videos about transportation, and I'm here to explain why flying taxis won't fix traffic.
Let's take a step back. The traffic that we're talking about is technically traffic congestion, which happens when the demand for a road approaches its capacity, or the number of people that can use it at a certain time. It's helpful to look at this through the lens of a hypothetical commute to work. Imagine you wake up and get ready as normal, but instead of driving, you think you'll try a flying taxi. How many flying taxis do you think are out there for you to take? Even optimistic estimates say 5,000. Now, multiply that by 7, the number of seats on the largest designs, and you only have 35,000 seats across the entire world.
If you live in Toronto, over 2 million people will be commuting to work with you on this hypothetical morning. Not great odds for snagging a seat.
And in case you're wondering, we can't just add more seats to make a flying bus, at least not anytime soon. Lifting 50 people is orders of magnitude more difficult than lifting 7, and our technology just isn't projected to get remotely near that level until 2040 at the very earliest. But let's say that there are somehow millions of these 5 to 7 seat taxis whizzing around, and you manage to flag one down. You'll now need somewhere to land. Flying taxis can't just pull up to the curb and let you off. They need enough space to land and take off safely without hitting anything. A 2020 report from McKinsey estimated that big cities might have 85 to 100 of these suitable landing pads. If each flying taxi has to spend 10 minutes on a landing pad to do things like recharge and get people on and off, which is already an ambitious estimate by the way, multiply it out and you'll only have room for around 15,000 round trips every day in a given city. Now that might sound like a lot, but it really isn't. Over 300,000 people pass through Toronto's Union Station every day. In New York, their subway carries around 2.4 million people every day. 15,000 round trips in flying taxis will barely make a dent.
And you know what? Flying taxis might actually make traffic worse. You see, something interesting happens when transportation gets faster. People live further away.
For whatever reason, we've somehow converged on half an hour being the ideal duration of a commute to work. This phenomenon, known as Marchetti's constant, has shaped urban areas for centuries, from Rome in 800 BC to London during the Industrial Revolution to modern-day suburban Atlanta. What do you think will happen when flying taxis appear? That's right, we'll get even more urban sprawl, and all the issues that come with that. The worst-case scenario would be a worsened form of transit segregation. Those who can afford flying taxis would literally be able to fly above everyone else, completely ignoring problems on the ground and letting an already strained surface transportation system decay even further.
Flying taxis are governed by one central truth, and it's in the name taxi. They're fundamentally designed to carry individuals, not to be a form of mass transit. There is undoubtedly a time and place for flying taxis in a resilient transportation system, and we shouldn't ignore that fact. But, at least in their current state, flying taxis cannot fix our disjointed and complex transportation issues, and they definitely won't fix traffic. If you truly want to move the public around, you'll need a public-first solution. You probably need public transit. Big shout out to CBC for giving me the opportunity to share this with you guys. If you like this kind of stuff, I make videos about the technology and policy behind transportation to see how we got here and how we can improve things. And trust me, there's plenty more to still be done. Thanks for watching.